Red alert.
Movies love their references, and quite frankly, it's a great way to connect with an audience and include a little extra humor to the moment. But the Emoji Movie, well, we'll let you decide. Make sure to leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe to Spacebound for more top 10 videos every day. Turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Leave a friendly comment and I'll make sure to reply to every single one of you. Hi and welcome to another Spacebound video, where today we'll be looking at 10 secrets you probably missed if you happen to watch the Emoji Movie.
Now you know, salesman, you won last game. You get to start this one.
Robin Williams.
Robin!
Number 10. Hollywood Squares. Have you ever wondered what our little emoji friends go through whenever we're texting someone? Yeah, neither have I. And I can't imagine it ever being close to something like this, but it is creative, I guess, so I'll give them that.
Chooses you. Should you be so lucky, your cube will light up.
Oh.
The scanner will scan you, and that scan will get sent right up to Alex's text box.
So according to the movie, the emojis have working hours where they wait in an enormous celebrity square-style vertical grid until they're selected by the phone's owner. I'd imagine this would yield ample opportunity for the celebrity voice cameos, and maybe that was the intention, but in the end there's only one. A barely audible Patrick Stewart plays the smirking dollop of excrement, whose name is Poop. How creative. Instead, they use this method of the emoji at work as a way to include a little reference to a popular American game show, Hollywood Squares, in which celebrity guests would be placed in squares as a trivia version of tic-tac-toe. I mean, it all works out in the end, and it seems like a reasonable method.
Alex's appointment! He's deleting the phone! No.
Number 9. Red alert. This next secret is yet another pop culture reference for those heavy television fans. We can spot it towards the end of the film when emoji owner Alex is at the store as he's about to delete everything off of his phone. As the process begins, red lights begin flashing in the room and the emoji begin to panic.
Red alert! Red alert!
Just before the overly dramatic deletion scene though, the poop emoji, voiced by Patrick Stewart, can be seen spinning in a chair very similar to the captain's chair from Star Trek Next Generation, and can't help but say, red alert everyone.
Red alert.
I will admit that when I was sucked into watching this movie, I may have chuckled a little bit. Just a little bit, but it was pretty cool how the movie's creators at least included a little reference to a few adults' childhood who are watching with their children or little siblings. And it's great that they actually use Patrick Stewart, the man who'd always say red alert in the show, as the poop emoji who says it.
Hang out. Go fish! Fish gateway swirl!
Number 8. Popular emoji. So as we know, each emoji world in our phones vary because people like to use all sorts of different emojis when texting. It's all part of having a unique personality, of course, and communicating differently towards other people of various different ages. And sadly, any emoji we don't commonly use wound up landing themselves in the loser's lounge, as displayed in the movie. But there's one emoji that the movie makes exceptionally obvious to us who should really not be in there. The eggplant emoji.
What about you? They'd send out an entire team of bots.
They say I'm a malfunction.
Oh,
You kind of get where I'm going with this. We know the emoji's human. Alex doesn't use the eggplant emoji often, which is why it's in there despite apparently being one of the most popular emojis out there. Well, at least with adults. Again, if you catch my drift. The eggplant emoji is in the loser's lounge because Alex is still decently young and likely doesn't understand what it normally means. But if you're old enough, you definitely know what we're talking about. Just admit it.
Now over here is the favorite section, where you'll find all the most popular emojis.
Number 7. Wreck-It Ralph ripoff. If you're someone who managed to watch Wreck-It Ralph at some point, great movie by the way actually, then the odds are you probably already noticed how the Emoji Movie is a full-on ripoff to an extent of the story all in itself, aside from a few additions of course here and there to at least change it up slightly. Think of it like this. Wreck-It Ralph is an unpopular character in his video game Fix-It Felix. Gene is an unpopular emoji in Alex's phone. Wreck-It Ralph has a group of popular heroes, aka the Cool Emoji and the Loser's Lounge, the villains in the arcade video games. Gene sets out to find out what emoji he's supposed to be, and in doing so accidentally triggers Alex into going to delete his phone, destroying their world. Wreck-It Ralph is determined to be a hero in the movie, goes out to get a hero medal of his own, and in doing so unleashes hell's wrath within the arcade's mini-games. as well as threatening the destruction of his own game Fix-It Felix. Also, both movies end up in some form of Candy World. The Emoji's movie was Candy Crush and Wreck-It Ralph was a racing game Sugar Rush. Not to mention the Emoji movie has a jailbreak which is similar premise to Wreck-It Ralph's Vanellope, a game glitch.
Sweet, so you won't cry.
Number 6. Class System. It's basically like high school all over again, and I'm sure we're all familiar with how much of a hellhole that part of our life might have been for some of us. Or is if you're still dealing with it. And in the Emoji movie, it seems to operate under a similar vicious class system, where the most popular emoji enjoys their own club and amenities denied to the rest of the emoji, forced to stay in the loser's lounge. Don't worry, Eggplant, you'll find your way out soon enough. Trust me, it happens sooner or later.
I'm awfully sorry. I didn't mean to frighten.
Number 5. Snow White. Many animated film enthusiasts are probably familiar with the famous Princess Snow White, who has also the uncanny ability to sing to animals. But did you know that the Emoji movie used this in a way to reveal Jailbreak, a cool girl hacker, one of Gene's new friends he gains during the movie, an actual princess? Apparently, she escaped in order to try to find a new life of her own on the cloud. And at one point in the movie, in order to save Gene, she has to use her princess powers, which means that she sings in order to get a bird, which is literally the Twitter logo, by the way. I mean, come on. Just to carry yourself back to Gene. I guess we can never escape gender norms, Twitter, or movie references, especially in this movie. Number 4. The Flash. When we're first introduced to the Loser's Lounge by High Five, did you notice anything in particular sticking out somewhere in the background? It probably happened to be Fast for You. See what I did? Forget it. Anyways, throughout the Loser's Lounge, we'll notice a big water jug that has a lightning symbol on it, as well as a few orange cans lying around that have the same symbol. Now, ideally in the movie, it's just used as a background symbol to show like, hey, this drink will give you energy.
And now I'm going to the Grand Canyon to scream in frustration. I'm back.
But some animators have openly admitted that yes, it's also used as a hidden reference to everyone's favorite Speedy Justice League superhero, Flash. Number 3. Pong. In the Loser's Lounge again, there was also a quick little reference to one of the world's most popular video games ever, Pong. You know, that super basic tennis-like-ish game that was released in 1972 as an arcade game by Atari? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That game was super simple, but I guarantee you either your parents would play it at least for hours on end, or probably someone they know. Anyway, as we're pointing it out because it's a cool reference and all, but it also holds a bit of meaning to the atmosphere in the Loser's Lounge. Let me explain. So, we know the Loser's Lounge is where the unpopular emojis go, but it also seems to be where the unpopular mobile game apps would go too, because we can see poker, some solitaire, and yes, Pong, all the games which the 14-year-old human characters probably wouldn't care for much really any now because there's not much sustenance behind them, but still an interesting, cool thing to know.
Give! And a little porridge for the pinky.
Number 2. Skilled cast. So throughout all the commotion between mixed and awful reviews, a terrible story, poor animation, and well, a lot more, you're bound to have forgotten about the star cast the film had behind it, with big names like TJ Miller, Patrick Stewart, Anna Faris, Jennifer Coolidge, Christina Aguilera, and Sofia Vergara. The movie could have had potential to really pull some adults and even child fans if they really utilized their skills more by giving them larger roles, though it's still fascinating to know this because I can't help but credit the movie even just a bit for having some strong talent behind it. And finally, numero uno. So we know right away as we're introduced to the characters in the Emoji movie that they all live in Textopolis. And to be honest, the names give you a sense of the shaggy back to the napkin-like of an imagination on display throughout the entire film, since it was filmed to the brim with cliche after cliche. Besides, what did they call it in Monsters Inc? Wasn't it like MONSTROPOLIS or something? Very basic. I have a feeling the writers were thinking about that, but with text instead because emojis aren't text and that's just the butt of the joke. Also, anyone else notice how Textopolis looks just okay attempt to play Sim City 2000 and instead of pre-programmed AI are populated entirely by emoji whose job is to express a single idea, emotion, or concept? Yup. I think I got it right on the dot. And with that being said, that concludes 10 secrets you missed in the Emoji Movie. If you've enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for better content to come in the future. Also on screen now is going to be various different annotations to other videos, so if you've enjoyed this one, check out our other Emoji Movie or some other videos we've done in the past. But before you leave and click on those, check the description down below at the very bottom. There's going to be a link to a good foundation for a good cause. But other than that, thank all of you for watching and have yourselves a great day.